Hey everyone, it's Drew again with another Carowinds review, this time with an overview of each of the Scarowinds mazes. We're getting into the Halloween season again, and with that Carowinds turns into Scarowinds at night. The entire park becomes a ghoul's playground with all sorts of spooky monsters ready to jump at you. This year, they have 5 different mazes for you to enjoy, each with a particular theme. While this is one less than last year, today we'll go over each and the story it holds. First up is Silver Scream Studios, Condemned, located over by Fury 325. This attraction has a story of an abandoned movie studio where the film director, Von Hellsberg, desperate to leave a memorable film, decided that the best way to have a breakout film was to do something no other movie had done before: kill the actors while filming. It has been 20 years since then, and you decide to trespass. What's the harm in it anyway? You'll be provided a flashlight as you go through all the old studios, themed after stereotypical settings like Egypt, rainforest, and burning building escape. This is, in my opinion, the least scary of the mazes, so if you're unsure if the mazes are going to be too intense for you, then I'd start with this one. Nearby, located between the Drop Tower and the Carolina Cyclone, is Slaughterhouse, the final cut. The history of this maze is, there was once a meat company called the Red Ribbon, founded in Charlotte back in 1903. The man who founded the company, Samuel Oster, prided himself on the prime cuts his company would provide. Business was booming until the Great Depression, when the business started to fall apart. Unable to bear seeing his company fail, he threw himself directly into one of the meat grinders. His son, witnessing the whole event, became determined to see his father's company go back to its glory days, no matter the cost. The only meats they were able to get were the Red Ribbon livestock, which were the lowest of quality. With such poor quality meat, the slaughterhouse would never be successful. So Samuel Oster Jr. turned to the homeless and poor of the area as an alternate meat. Now business is booming, and you decided to take a tour of the facility. Just make sure you don't become part of the menu. This is one of the scarier mazes, and if you have a phobia of blood or being cut alive, this might be too intense for you. The next closest maze is Urgent Scare, located close to Nighthawk. This maze doesn't truly have a story. It's a scary maze to be a scary maze. It has a general topic: doctors, operations, surgery, and malpractice, with the motto of, "We believe fear is the best medicine." You'll see people being operated on, nurses aiming medical equipment at you, and more. I have a phobia of needles, so I thought this would be the one that scares me, since I missed it last year, but I found this maze to be forgettable. This one usually has the shortest lines, so if you want a break from waiting in lines for the rides, you could stop by here and wait about 10 to 20 minutes. Next along, you will find Dark Harvest, over by Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. This is the haunted corn maze attraction. This is the maze most likely to get a scare out of you, with the actors being hidden perfectly along cornstalk. This attraction will have you navigate through a true maze that has dead ends, spooks you with haunted scarecrows, and slipping by paranoid hillbillies. This is the only attraction that got a good scream out of me because of how difficult it is to see the actors ahead of time. I think this is the most fun of the mazes, and I highly recommend it. Lastly, over in Camp Snoopy is Depths of Darkness. In this maze, you'll be journeying into the twisted mind of the feared state line slasher to learn where he's hidden his victims. He has spent years kidnapping, torturing, and murdering innocent women. If you're in the Carolinas, you're at risk. To learn his secrets, you've come to the abandoned facility, Blackthorn. This is a testing site of controversial experiments like mind control, torture, and brain-altering surgeries. With no other options, you're being forced to reopen Blackthorn and use its technology. Now, this is what I want in a Scarowinds maze. The maze has the perfect theming, story, and atmosphere. It's already creepy that you're surrounded by Camp Snoopy's attractions, unmoving and staring into the night, but the props for Depth of Darkness are great. They have a TV playing a fake news broadcast explaining the story. I personally believe this is the scariest of the mazes because of how realistic some of the scenes are. So that's all of Scarowinds mazes. I've been through each of them, and each has their own charm. The mazes seem to be pushing people through them this year, which takes away from the suspense, but they can still surprise you. What are your thoughts, and which mazes do you plan to go through? Which is your personal favorite? And do you miss last year's zombie high maze? Leave a comment and let me know. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time on another Carowinds review.